This is what you saved your lunch money for. To the green here with the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship. Theo going to dash off the turns 1 and 2. Who's going to have the advantage of the back straightaway? Quick answer to that one's going to be the 3P. Mach 1, Avante Winners indoors, number 3. Going to jump out to the early advantage here. They will make their way through turns 3 and 4. Cummins leads lap number 1. Running in second, CV right there in third. That's going to be Cale Drake running in fourth. Mitchell Moles your top 5. Grant, Danner, Reinbold, Ballou, Lewis your top 10 on lap number 1. Track going to change considerably here. Remember, a lot of work done prior to the start of this feature event. We'll see how quick it kind of blows off here, dries out, and we'll see who had the best guess when it comes down to the closing laps. We've got one upside down in a violent way over in turns 3 and 4. Red light's going to come on. And I do believe Hayden Reinbold, the driver that went for the ride. Right now, officials on scene. We wait for word. Cummins going to wait all the way to the exit. Fires onto the throttle. We're back underway. 3 wide for the third spot here on the restart. Who's going to have the advantage? Bouncing her through the middle. Not the way to go for the 2B. He's going to fall behind. Gets the car back underneath him. Seavey with a hard bounce on the high side. That's going to cost him 3 spots as he had a great run at the exit. Turn number 2 looked like he was a lock to try to get him into that third spot, but instead, it's going to be the 19 rolling to the inside, up into second now. Here comes Mitchell Moles on the move to the inside line, up into the second spot. Going to give chase to Kyle Cummins. They work around. They will click off lap number 7. Grant going to swing around just a little bit wider. Ballou down to the bottom. A big run to the front straightaway. He'll close right up to the back bumper of the NOS Energy number 4. Grant so far able to fend off the charge of the Madman, but here comes Robert with another hit. Big run to the back straightaway. He's going to clear now up into the 4th spot. Robert Ballou up into 4th, Grant back to 5th. Everybody still chasing Kyle Cummins in 3, though. One driver up just about to the concrete. That was the Moose Racer number 92. Stocking gets it back under control. We avoid the caution. We stay green. Black traffic starting to come into view for your leader. Challenge for the 3rd spot underway. Here comes Ballou down to the inside, trying to get it away from the 5T of Swanson around to the front straightaway. Swanson able to fend off the charge for the time being. Takes it down around the bottom. Ballou going to stick all the way to the hub to the exit of the racetrack, but so does the 5T. That forces Ballou to kick her sideways, scrub off some speed, and now try to regroup and regain here as they work down to the bottom side of turns 3 and 4. Regains quickly onto the back bumper of the 5 as they work into turns 1 and 2. Now side by side off into turns 1 and 2 to the far side of the Speedway. Drag race it onto the back straightaway. Good drive of the 12. He's going to clear, and he's up to the final podium step. Robert Ballou up to bronze, looking for silver next. Everybody still chasing gold right now. The driver got to lock down like Fort Knox. It's Kyle Cummins in 3. Robert going to switch his lineup this time into turns 1 and 2. Has to enter to the middle. Not quite the drive we've seen though, but he clears the lap car. Going to try to set up and do something over here in turns 3 and 4. 2.097 the difference between your top 2 drivers last time to the start-finish line. Ballou quickly down to the inside. Big drive to the front straightaway. It will be Ballou by 0.006 of a second at the line. 3 wide in traffic, working by the 21B. It's going to be the 19 on the outside, retaken it here as they work off into turns 3 and 4. Mitchell Moles getting the elbows up here. Robert Ballou coming after him. They've got a pair of lap cars duking it out right in front of him. 9 laps to go. Grant working on a slower car. Robert working on second here. Ballou down to the inside. That's the line he's preferred all race long, and it's working for him as they work off into turns 3 and 4. Robert to the inside, Mitchell to the outside. Who's going to have the advantage? The Madman going to stop the throttle down to the front straightaway, back into second. Robert Ballou back into the second spot. He trails by almost 3 seconds as Mitchell Moles not done on the outside line. 3rd and 4th turn, here we go once again. Ballou down around the hub of the racetrack, letting her eat up on the cushion. Mitchell Moles, 0.014 seconds of difference. Still right there in 3rd. Robert that time having to really work the car on the inside. That's getting a half car advantage to the high side of the Speedway as they work off into turns 3 and 4. Slower car coming up here on the outside with momentum. Robert getting out of his groove a little bit that time. Mitchell Moles back into second. While they've been battling, though, that has allowed them to pick off just a little bit of time between them and Cummins, but that time is starting to run short. Fistful can be shown this time. 5 laps remaining. Kyle Cummins in 3. Mitchell Moles in 19. Robert Ballou in 12. Grant in 4. Danner in 39. Briggs Danner closing up on the 4. Justin Grant. That'll be the fight for the 4th spot. Grant down to the bottom. Danner with a big run onto the back straightaway. Tries to pull up next to the NOS Energy number 4. Couldn't quite get there. White flag, though, in the air for your leader this time. Battle for second, starting to heat up once again here in the closing lap as they work into turns 1 and 2. Ballou down to the bottom, Moles to the outside. They'll drag race it onto the back straightaway, but your leader's going to find turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag going to drop for the 9th time this season. Your winner, Kyle Cummins in 3. 1988. A USAC winner here at Millstream. Up to the top of the car. Race fans, give him a hand, Kyle Cummins.
Most cars were best on the bottom side of the racetrack, except for you, especially in traffic. How much did it pay in dividends to have a car that was good on the top?
Really well. We've been kind of last night, we really struggled, and all those tracks that Justin and Logan are really good at, we struggle. And I think this was one of those, and so we kind of just forgot the notebook and just tried kind of what we seen last night. And I definitely was hanging there towards the end just a little bit, but I can't give it up to my guys. We don't get down. Justin winning a couple in a row like that, that'll really lean on you a little bit. But to come back out of here before sprint week comes up, and we learned that was quite a bit on a super dusty slick track. So that's pretty exciting how far we went and how good the car actually was. But starting on the front row is a huge deal. If you qualify, 4th or 5th, that's where you want to be, at least to where you can make some moves and find the fastest line and then get to the lead and lead it. But that open rev was really important. Thank Lord Jesus Christ, but I think he saved us there a little bit. We were going to run out of fuel there if we did a little bit, track warming up there, and we wouldn't have made it on fuel. So I bet we're close right now, and we filled back up. So I think we got really lucky there, but for the first time at the track, it's a really neat racetrack, and for putting the effort in, it was smooth and it was fast, and all around a really good racetrack. Thanks for all the fans coming out. I just can't give it up for Jerry Petty with 𝑯𝑰𝑮𝑯𝑚𝑺 Windows and Doors for giving me this opportunity, and for standing by me. And he's pushing me, but we're pushing the whole team. So every night means something, and Petty Performance Racing, Premier Recycling, Lucas Oil of Evansville, Bill Floyd, Apache Transport with Phil Rossi. There's just a bunch of people, K1 Race Gear, Bell Helmets, SBS Shocks. There's All-Star Performance. There's a ton of people, Stanton Racing Engines. I forget them a bunch, but they give us some really nice pieces, and we really appreciate it. And excited for a nice drive home tonight. After a win, we'll not feel near as far, and we'll go get them sprint week.
You talked about not feeling super great at these more dry, slick racetracks. What were some of the things that felt different for you in this three-peat tonight?
Definitely. We've been just getting super tight, right? Every night we go, we just tighten, and I think we've just been over-tightening it so tight to where we actually get loose. And the beginning of the race last night, I couldn't even race it. It was just trying to turn me over. So as the race went on, we lost fuel low. The car finally loosened up and came to us. So tonight we just started a little bit on the freer side and just stayed free all night long, and as loose as we've been, and the car still had good drive. So just pretty exciting kind of what we learned there. We'll put that in a notebook, and we'll head on to these next racetracks.
Kyle Cummins is your AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series point leader, and he is your winner at Millstream Speedway for the first time in 37 years with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Championship. Over to Drake York.